he just raised the gun and pointed it right in my face. And that was when I dropped to the floor and was on my stomach. That industrial carpet smell, that's the smell of waiting to die to me to this day. My name is Cheryl Stumbo, and I'm the citizen sponsor of Initiative 594. 594 takes the existing system of background checks that we've had in place since the Brady Bill became law almost 20 years ago, where if you go into a federally licensed gun dealer, they are required to do a background check on you to make sure that you're not a convicted felon or someone who is so severely mentally ill that you've been adjudicated and involuntarily committed, and that you're not a domestic abuser with a protection order against you. Yes, super. Thank you so much. Sure. If 594 only saves one life, it's worth it. One life. That's an amazing miracle. To save a life, it would be worth it. But it's going to save thousands. You know, between the time I had been shot and that point, all these other terrible shootings had been happening. You know, Virginia Tech happened. The first Fort Hood shooting happened. Tucson and Gabby Giffords. The Aurora Theater in Colorado. Cafe Racer just here down the street from me. We have to do this. And if we don't, more people are going to continue to die. If we don't succeed, then the NRA will have won. And it's going to set us back 10 years again. But if we win, it won't just be Washington state lives we're saving. There'll be other states who do this because we did it, they know it can be done, and other states will save their own citizens' lives. It was the middle of the summer, and that's the slow period for the campaign. A lot of folks in the organization would take vacation, but that was one of my busiest times of year because the annual report needed to come out before the new campaign started, and I was working hard on the annual report that day. Yeah. My niece Kelsey was staying with me that week, and I was expecting her to arrive at the office any minute. We were going to drive home together and go have barbecue on my back deck. And well, I was sitting at my desk, and I was kind of keeping my ear tuned because Kelsey was going to walk in any minute to go home with me from the office. Instead of Kelsey's voice, what I heard was this angry male stranger, kind of loud, coming from the area of the reception desk. And I stood up from my desk to go to step in the hallway to see if Layla needed help, Layla the receptionist. And I turned towards the reception area where she'd be coming from, and rather than seeing her back at the reception desk, she was coming down the hallway with her back against the wall, kind of sliding towards me, and she had her hands up on both sides of her head, and she kind of stage whispered at me, "Cheryl, there's an angry man here with a gun." And he started shooting. He just went around in a circle and just shot this gun over and over and over again. Layla was right next to me on the floor in my office, and she was crying that she couldn't feel her legs. And I looked down to the first landing, and Pam was laying there in the landing with this, looked like a big hole in her chest. And there was blood on the floor behind her, under her body, and so I knew I needed to get down the stairs and get to Kelsey, and to do that I was going to have to climb over Pam's body.
Let us pray. Guard our neighbors from our short-sightedness, our fear. Stretch your strong walls of safety around all your children, who are fragile and mortal, yet created in beauty. Send us beyond our own small walls of anxiety. Send us forth together to proclaim your reign of justice and peace.
Someday. to announce that based on today's numbers, Washington State has voted yes on 594.
Go survivors. All right. You know what? We scared the NRA. They were intimidated to the point where they didn't want to throw their money at this. It's David versus Goliath, literally. To actually have it vote, it's like, oh my God, we just, as a state, we just saved a whole bunch of people's lives. It's amazing. It's amazing.